I have got some amazing news for the Terra Luna Classic community, and I am stoked to go ahead and share it with all of you. But please make sure to smash that like button so everyone in crypto sees this, and let's get right on into it. So the proposal 5234, which is to go ahead and lower the Terra Luna Classic tax on chain, is going through. And of course there are some community members that are a little bit upset about this. So I want to explain why this is actually really good news and why it's not a bad thing really in any capacity. First, I just want to mention that Terra Luna Classic is still really in its infancy, and we still have a lot of testing to do with a number of different things in order to know the best path forward. And this is going to be a really good indicator on a great way to proceed in the future. Because right now as it stands, Terra Luna Classic does not have a lot of on-chain volume on our actual blockchain. Most of the transactions happen off-chain on actual exchanges. So naturally we need to find some kind of solution to this. And well, lower indie tax is the #1 idea on the top of everyone's minds. And now we're going to be able to look at the data once this proposal does go through. But if you haven't voted yes on this yet, guys, I do think this is a good path forward. In fact, even the lead of Terra Rebels, Edward Kim, also said that he does believe this is a great idea. And we're going to talk about exactly what he said because he released a very in-depth article explaining everything, and well, he obviously knows a lot more than pretty much anybody else in the Terra Luna Classic community just about the way that the blockchain works. So let's do a deep dive and see what he had to say here. So as we can see on screen right here, Edward Kim, also known as EDK, the lead developer at Terra Rebels who was working on the Terra Luna Classic blockchain, released an entire Medium article right here going over the Terra Classic proposal, which I was just talking about. And well, you had a lot of important points to say in here. But we're going to first go ahead and talk about the data and the transaction volume on chain of what he collected before and after the burn. And if you go ahead and look at this chart right here, you can see in approximately the 25 days or so that have elapsed since the burn has gone out, we have seen a major downturn in the amount of transactions that have been on chain. Now, naturally, we cannot draw an exact conclusion from this, but it's definitely something we need to consider as probably the leading indicator, because months ago when we had a fraction of the total volume that Terra Luna Classic has, we had more on-chain volume than we do now after the burn, right? We had like 2 million, 3 million, 10 million daily 24-hour USD volume on the Terra Luna Classic chain a couple of months ago, and we were trading more Terra Luna Classic on chain back then. Then after the burn, and naturally, if you go ahead and actually look at the effect of the 1.2% burn tax, it's basically nothing. Buying ads in a single week went ahead and actually burned more Terra Luna Classic than the 1.2% burn tax did over the course of 20 days. Guys, if that doesn't tell you that maybe the burn isn't as effective as we were hoping it to be, I don't know what does. And also, of course, on this whole bandwagon, CZ Binance has said on multiple different occasions that he does not believe that the 1.2% burn tax is something that any exchange will implement, because that means that they're going to lose a lot of customers. So why are we pushing it so hard? There's so much just pushing back against it. It doesn't make sense for us to double down in that regard because, well, CC's not going to do it and he's supporting the burn in his own way, which is massive for our community. So we need to naturally go ahead and just continue supporting, what is looking to work. And right now, I'll be honest guys, the 1.2% burn tax does not seem like it is working, but that's okay. There are plenty of other solutions to go ahead and implement, and lowering the tax is a fantastic one. And also, of course, incentivizing the Terra Rebel devs are going to be amazing as well, because then they're going to be more incentivized to build and we can hire, more experienced people to help as well on top of that, which is going to go a really long way for the entire Terra Luna Classic community. So this is exciting, and naturally because it does look like the burn will be reduced. we can also see how much more on-chain volume we see after this goes through, because if our hypothesis is correct here, it does look like after the burn is reduced, we should see more on-chain volume. And well, if we can go ahead and prove that hypothesis with this proposal going through, that'll be a great thing for the community as well, because we'll see a lot more Carolina Classic being traded every single day, and that is amazing for our community. I understand that the Terra Luna Classic community is really torn on this whole matter. You know, some people do believe this is too early. Some people believe that this is not the right answer, while more people believe that they do think this is actually the right path forward. And while I do believe this is the right path forward, I do sympathize with the people that think this is too quick. But what I want to tell you guys is that, and let you guys know, is that, you know, we're in the infancy stages of Terra and Classic. It's really early on, and this is the time for us to go ahead and experiment and find the best path forward, and this is no different than anything else. Worst case scenario, if the tax is lowered and we see no more on-chain volume, we can very easily switch it back to the 1.2% burn tax, or even raise it further beyond that. And on the flip side, if we do see more on-chain volume after the burn is reduced, then we can go ahead and incentivize developers to build more on top of our blockchain, which overall will benefit the entire ecosystem way more than the 1.2% burn tax would have in that other case scenario. So, naturally, this is honestly amazing for our community, because we can find the answers through community efforts, and we can prove to the world that a burn can work in some capacity. But right now, guys, everyone's pretty much changed trading their Terra Classic on exchanges where the 1.2% burn tax is not charged, and naturally there's no shifts. We haven't seen any shifts in that in the last 25 days. In fact, we've just been seeing more people transferring to exchanges than ever before, and so naturally we need to try something to incentivize able to come back to the chain, because we want a prosperous future for not just our holders, but also the developers and the app builders. We want everyone to be welcome to our ecosystem, and I think this is the best way to find out where the problem lies and how we can address it moving forward. So if you haven't voted on Proposal 5234 yet, and you do believe this is a great path moving forward, make sure to go ahead and vote yes on this, guys. I personally think this is going to serve us incredibly well, and if anything is going to allow us to collect a lot of data and understand where we need to go. And that's amazing. That's exactly why I love Terra Luna Classics so much. It's because everyone's so open-minded, and we're going ahead and providing solutions to all of our problems and working on them together. So let's go ahead and do that. Smash the like button, subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so everyone in crypto sees this, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey,